Hey there everybody, it's Mark Curley. I'm back with another how to draw video. In the comment section of my last video, someone made a suggestion to do a video comparing male eyes versus female eyes. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thank you, if you're out there watching, for making that suggestion. I love it. So let's get into it. I'm going to start by drawing a pair of male eyes here at the top. And just let me begin by saying, before anybody starts commenting, I do not propose to say that there is one way to draw male eyes and one way to draw female eyes. You know, I mean, I'm the guy who did the 100 ways, right? So this is just a kind of generalized principle of how to draw some male eyes versus some female eyes. I'm beginning here by drawing the shape of the first male eye, and the one thing that I see a lot as differentiating male and female eyes is the narrowness of the eyes. These male eyes, you will see from top to bottom, are pretty narrow, pretty wide from side to side. And there's a certain kind of angularity. You're not going for these smooth, rounded off lines. Now, one of the things that I'm sure that most people are concerned about with doing eyes is not making the male eyes look too female. Interestingly, you can get away with a fairly dark outline at the top of the eye, which I suppose indicates heavy eyelashes. I'm going to try to hold back by going too far with this, but I noticed that in most manga depictions of male characters' eyes, there is at least some darkness to that upper line. Let me go ahead and remember, when you're drawing eyes, that people say there is one eye's width between the two eyes. That's for real human anatomy. Manga artists will play around with that a little. I think this one, and because the face is turned away, it may appear that there's less than one eye's distance between these two eyes. And what happens, and this happens a lot, is that the eye that's turned further away from us is sort of condensed from side to side, not nearly as wide as this one over here. But again, I'm trying to replicate that same kind of thick upper eyelash here. And notice with this eye that's turned away, it's sort of, there's some indication of the eyelashes coming off on the right side. Then down here, because it's condensed, again, you're getting sort of a shorter line that's curving maybe a little more intensely than this line over here. I'm going to quickly indicate eyelid over here. Again, it's this long, thin line that's not too far up from the eyelash line that we did a moment ago. And then this is kind of a cool thing that I see. Again, this relates to maybe to the particular emotion that you're having the character express. But this is one thing that I don't think you would ever see in a female depiction of eyes, and that is a delineation of the brow as it comes off of the eye. There's sort of these lines connect here, and then I'm going to drop in the eyebrow. This character has a fairly intense look on his face, either sort of a confrontational look, you could see it as, or just sort of a suspicious look or something like that. And I'll just go ahead and darken this in, the eyebrow. But all of these lines a little more angular than you would see, and like I said, with female depictions of eyes, I almost never see this line in here kind of carving off the space of the forehead. Let me go ahead and sort of replicate that over here. The lines end up being a little less complicated than over here. That shape is not really delineated over here. And I'll go ahead and put in the eyebrow. And I might as well, at the same time, create this line at the edge of the forehead. Or the edge of the face, I guess. And let's not forget to get that eyelid, the line that indicates the eyelid. Always trying to get the same kind of distance between these two. Finally, I think what you can get away with male eyes is to get just maybe one extra line down here, maybe another one right here. Again, that's not something you do so much with female eyes. And before I drive everyone crazy waiting, let's go ahead and do the iris here. A million different ways to draw the iris manga style. I'm just going to choose a kind of simple one that I find, as I look at the more popular manga series out there right now, I find that the male eyes are drawn in a fairly simple way. You're not getting into all these flashy reflections and so forth. And especially this idea of just having one black dot, the pupil, right in the middle, maybe an indication of a highlight here, and then just almost nothing else. I see that a lot in manga nowadays. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and because the eye is a little bit condensed, this one ends up a little narrower. The iris does from side to side. And one final thing, and this is something that you will only very rarely see when drawing female eyes, the male nose, the bridge of the nose, may also be indicated here just a little bit. Whereas with the female, they tend to not indicate the bridge of the nose much at all. And you may even get a little bit of sort of an indication of, I don't know, bags under the eyes or just sort of the eye socket in there. Anyway, that's the male eyes. And one interesting thing about this video is I can just drop down and do the female eyes right underneath it, and you can compare for yourself the differences right now. So let's go ahead and do the female eye, the first one down here below. Notice that it's much more curved, not so angular. Again, I just have to say it because I don't want anyone to get the idea that I'm saying this is the way or even a preferred way to do it. No, this is just one of thousands of ways of drawing manga eyes, but I had to choose one. You know, it's just a sample. So this one, very curved, and of course you're going to have more of an indication of the eyelash at the top, but you know, different. It depends on the character. Not every female character has loads and loads of eyelashes. I'm going to try to keep it in control and just add a few over here on this one side. I tried to come up with two different sets of eyes that had largely the same expression to them. So you're going to see that this female character that I'm drawing will hopefully have a somewhat similar intense gaze, and yet it's drawn quite differently. So here's the lower eyelash, never closing all the way close. There's generally quite a big gap here, and then sometimes a gap here as well. I should say often a gap here as well. And I'm dropping in a few little eyelashes here off to the one side. Don't want to go too crazy with that. And let's go ahead, just to keep things similar as I did with the last video, or the last pair of eyes. Go up here and do the female version. Again, condensed from side to side. And I like what happens sometimes with female eyes. You get to this edge here, and then you can really kind of do a little extra indications of the eyelashes coming off like that. And just a little bit of a sort of triangle down here that shows the edge of the eye. All of this, again, condensed, made shorter, but only when the eyes are turning away from you like this. I sort of prefer this look. I think it's more interesting than the dead-on look. Let's go ahead and get her eyelid indicated. And often, but not always, these two lines can meet one another. But very often they don't meet at all. And so, like I said, these are supposed to be similar expressions. You really have to watch yourself, I find, with the female eyebrows. You don't want to get too many lines up here and start going too crazy. I think the simpler the better. That's my opinion when it comes to drawing female eyes. And over here, just above, again, not so long of a line from side to side just because she's turning away. And let's go ahead and get the face, the line at the edge of the face drawn in here, less angular than we had with the male eyes. And last but not least, I'll go ahead and jump in here with the irises, much, much larger than in the male eyes above. That's, you know, it's not a law or a rule, but I find in general the female eyes will be drawn with much larger irises. And this is, like I said, you know, with the male eyes, I see a lot of eyes that are quite simplistic, very few lines. I think with female eyes, in general, people will allow themselves to get a little more, try to create a little more of an illusion of depth by adding extra lines in here. I'm just going to add sort of a secondary line around the bottom. Maybe not darken in the pupil all the way. That can be kind of an interesting effect, but you may want to go ahead and darken it all the way in. And let's do the other one over here. Again, narrower from side to side. A much larger highlight than we had. Well, maybe not much larger, but a larger highlight than we had with the male eye above. I'm finding as I look at this that I want to shade both of these in a little more just to have it get more of a finished look to it. So, and then last video I did, I forgot to shade in one of the eyes, and everyone was like, "You forgot to shade in the eyes. That's it. I'm unsubscribing. I'm never gonna watch your videos again." No, nobody said that, but I did. You caught me, guys. You caught me. I forgot to shade in one of the eyes in my last video. That's the great thing about YouTube. You guys keep me on my toes. I will never get lazy, so long as I have my ever-vigilant YouTube subscribers. So, I think we're almost done with this one here. I hope you found that this video was useful for you. Thanks so much to everyone who pre-orders Brody's Ghost, my new series coming out from Dark Horse in July. Thanks so much to everyone who has ordered or does decide to get Miki Falls, my other series that's already out there from HarperCollins. But let's go ahead and lay down the pencil. I do hope that you found this one useful, and please keep suggesting things. This is where I get all my best ideas from you guys out there. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with another one real soon.